Hi and welcome back to AFTV. We are here for the Starting 11 show. It is Inter Milan versus Arsenal. We're just seeing Man City actually losing 2-0.
Was that the great Haaland?
The great Haaland. They've started pretty much a full-strength team and they're 2-0 down. No one can tell me this Man City team is going to stop Arsenal winning the league. Man City of 2-3 years ago, maybe.
They don't at the same time.
I was never one of those.
No, yeah.
Also, that kit is horror.
The minute I know we're digressing slightly, but the minute Liverpool dropped off, I knew it was our title.
Yeah.
And I maintain that to this day.
Fair enough. I hope you're right. Just to introduce, I'm sure you've seen already. We've got Tosin in the building, Laurie in the building, and Ella. I like this panel.
Yourself.
And myself. This is a good panel for. I was going to say a big game. Is it a big game? Laurie, come to you. It's a big game in terms of stature. You know, Inter Milan, top of Serie A, Arsenal, top of the Premier League.
And the Champions League.
And the Champions League. But in terms of, what's the word? What is on the game, the importance of
jeopardy.
the game, what jeopardy, great word. There isn't really much on it. How are you feeling?
I'm, as much as it's possible to say relaxed, I'm quite relaxed about this game because, let's be honest, we got a game looming on the horizon on Sunday, which is much bigger than tonight's game, with respect, because obviously the Champions League is to be respected. And Arsenal, do we have a 100% record in this?
We do.
This year.
Yeah.
So we
6 out of 6.
In an ideal world, we'd like to maintain that. And Inter, they've been a bit patchy in the Champions League. However, you can't help but think that the manager will rotate quite heavily in this game, I would have thought, ahead of what is a very explosive and combustible figure on Sunday.
Explosive and combustible. I like that. Ella, I want to come to you. Let's talk about the team that you would go with tonight, because I don't even know what I would do. I think I'll play Eze. I think I'll play Miles. Maybe Kai or Jesus could come in up front.
Yeah.
Do you agree with those? Would you change anything else?
Yeah, I'm not really sure who I want as well, but like Laurie said, you definitely want to see rotation, that's for sure. And we've got the squad back now, with players coming back that we can do that. Definitely people like Eze, I really, really want to see him given minutes. Whether it's Kai or Jesus, I'm trying to think. I mean, Norgard maybe, Marino.
Yeah, Marino might come in.
I think we've got good options. I mean, defensively, we've got Mascara who's coming back. I don't really know what his fitness is like. Is he just going to come on as a sub, or is he fit enough to start? But yeah, I mean, like you said, the importance of this game in terms of the fact that we don't need to win to qualify, but I do think with some of the results recently, I want the win just for the sake of actually getting back to winning ways. I think that's the most important thing. And we've seen a couple kind of weird performances. The Chelsea performance looked promising, but we almost kind of let it slip at the end. And going off of our last 2 Premier League games in Forest and Liverpool, it's looked a bit uninspiring. So,
stodgy. Yeah,
for the sake of getting the win and getting confidence back and momentum, I want to win this game, but I'm not going to be like super gutted if we don't. But yeah, for the sake of momentum, I want it.
Yeah, Tosin, talk to me about your 11. If you're Mikel Arteta, you're in the changing room. Well, they say it to them before the game. I know sometimes they tell them the team day before, but you're in the changing room. What's your 11 that you're going for? Not to put you on the spot.
Raya in goal. Raya in goal. Timber right back. Mosquera centre back. Gabriel left centre back. Lewis Skelly left back. I'd rest White because he's just come back from injury and he's played back-to-back games. Marino, Eze, and Norgard midfield. Noni right wing. Martinelli, he was pants against Forest, but Martinelli left wing. Actually, no, I'd start Trossard. Trossard left wing and Kyle Jesus up front. I think that's a good enough team to go to Inter, given the fact that Inter are also in the top 6, were top. There's not really much jeopardy in the game for both teams. It's probably a fixture that both teams don't really want to play, and they're probably more focused on the league because the Italian league is quite competitive as well. So I think that team can go there and make a fist of it. So that's the team I play.
Fair enough. You say they might not want to play this game, but they're on 12 points. They're 6th in the league table, which is joint with 7th and 8th and 9th. So if say Dortmund, who are 10th today, Tottenham, who are 10th as well, one of those are going to pick up points. Newcastle, they're both on 11, sorry. Newcastle, Chelsea, Sporting, Barcelona are all on 10. So they could all take over. If Inter were to lose, they could find themselves outside the top 8. So that actually might, we talk about jeopardy for Arsenal, maybe there's not much on it, but for Inter, I think they're going to be going for it. And in my head, I would rotate as well. Maybe not as much as I think you just said, but I don't think
that's that is a lot of rotation. But is that a weak team?
It's not a weak team, but I think
leaders in there, Gabriel.
That's
maybe
true.
Maybe Rice for Marino, but I think that team's good enough to go to Inter away and cause problems. Think about the team. We played Inter away last season.
Yeah.
And that was a game where we blew up ahead of steam, but didn't really create loads of clear-cut chances. But Inter were terrible.
They beat us.
Yeah, they beat us
1-0.
1-0. They scored a penalty and did nothing the whole. Like they were bad.
Yeah.
They did nothing but beat us.
No, but they got a jammy penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty and did literally nothing.
They still beat us.
Yeah, they beat us, but it was okay. Come on.
They got to the final. They got to the Champions League final. They
got
are
smoked
top of-
5-0.
Yeah, but they got further than us.
True, they got
top
further
of Serie,
than us.
They're top of Serie A this season. They got a new manager. The system is similar. They still got the 5 at the back with the 2 wing backs. But players like Lautaro and Martinez up front, who's obviously been scoring a lot of goals. Look,
They're a good team.
I'm not sure anyone knows what kind of challenge they're going to put up against us. They don't play in the same league. None of us watch them week in, week out, so we don't know how good they are. Sometimes when you come up against these teams, it's hard to judge. So I see what you're saying. That is still a strong team. But just in my opinion, when we've made wholesale changes like that, especially changing the 3 midfielders this season, we've kind of looked... I don't think it's the quality that's been the problem. I think it's the chemistry of the team that's been the problem.
Are you keeping Declan Rice in then?
I would keep Rice in. I think I'll
Maybe
play
that's the
Norgard.
swap I'd make. Rice for Marino, but I'd play Norgard.
I wouldn't even have allowed Rice to travel today.
Really?
Honestly.
It is a risk though. Like we all talk about if Rice got injured, and it's true. If Rice gets injured for the rest of the season, we're like, why the hell is he playing in this game? Like
We got
want
a
to
massive
say
game.
that.
We got a massive game
And
coming.
United have got a week's. We have to remember, United have got a whole week's rest.
Exactly.
True.
They ran.
I get
there
that.
are certain players today that I wouldn't even know, and I'm going to include Raya in that bunch as well. I wouldn't.
Nah, he should play, man.
No, I would have had Kepa playing today. He probably won't.
But then what if you get smoked? This
won't get smoked.
This isn't just the average. They're top
Yeah,
of the league.
it's
At least we've got a
Inter.
good bench.
It's Inter.
Yeah,
They need to win this game to
Okay,
get in top
fine,
8.
but
They're going to be going for this. The
It's not
crowd's
like
gonna be
we're
up for
bringing
it.
in players from the academy. We're talking about
I
internationals.
know,
here.
but that's my point. As you've made this point as well. I remember we played, I think, Brighton in the Carabao Cup, and we made loads of changes, and we still were like, oh, they're still a strong team. But you can see because they haven't played together, that chemistry.
Yeah, I hear that.
In that
You
game.
just look shaky.
I think what I'm doing is I'm projecting slightly forward to Sunday. We cannot afford any slip-ups on Sunday. We have to prioritise Sunday in a big way. Certain players, okay, I'll give you Raya, but me personally, I wouldn't have played it. But if you say Raya has to play, then okay. The likes of Timber, Zubamendi, Rice.
Run me through your team. Your 11 for today. Kepa in goal.
Kepa in goal. I'm thinking about the 2 centre-backs, because now that Mosquero's back...
That's the thing. You could play
You know what I mean?
Mosquero right back.
I would have gone for wholesale. I want to see wholesale changes today. I really do. Declan Rice shouldn't play. Saka shouldn't play.
And if we lose 3-0, you come out after the game and say it doesn't matter.
I'm not going to say that, but I'm saying I want to see rotation because Sunday's game is far more important.
But then, I'm torn myself, genuinely, between. I completely understand the point of wholesale changes, rest for United. They've got a week off. They just play great against City. But then I can't stand over there and do a fan cam after the game when we've lost 3-0, when we've changed 10 out of our 11 players and go, don't worry about it. Do you know what I mean? The momentum,
Yeah, I hear
the
that.
vibe around the
But
club.
then
This
you've
is a
also-
big test in Europe.
But then you've also got to take into account that we've not scored a goal in our last 2 Premier League games. And both of those performances have been less than desirable.
Then do you not think
Say
a lot of
the
the
least.
Do you not think these players need confidence?
I think they need a rest. That's what I think. And they need to come into that game on Sunday in tip-top shape, not just physically, but mentally. And that's where the travelling and the game and then the travelling back, that's when that all gets in the way. I know there is a little bit of a break because this game, fortunately for us, is on Tuesday. But honestly, if I'm the manager, I would have said to Declan, I would have said to Timber, I would have said to Gyökeres, I would have said to Saka, I would have said to maybe not Martinelli or Trossard, but you know what I mean? There's a few players in this team today I would have been saying to them, look, guys, thanks but no thanks. Take the night off, chill out, do your stretching, you know what I mean, your light stuff, get ready for Sunday.
I do really hear Christian's point though, because I mean, I like we kind of have always said, this game on its own isn't the most important game for us, but the fact that I made the point at the beginning that whilst it's not that important, I do want the win because we need the momentum. If we do lose 3-0, that's like pretty bad. That's really negative momentum.
We won't lose 3-0.
Well, we won't lose 3-0.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, obviously, if we do make too many changes and you do start to really see that when the game kicks off and we look a little bit all over the place, I know we then have options off the bench.
Since we're talking 3-0s, let's talk 3-0.
I don't actually think it will.
Would you
be
rather
3-0,
lose
but-
3-0 tonight or win 3-0 on Sunday? I'm pretty sure it's the latter.
But I don't think we have to. I don't
we're
think we
3-0
have
on
to
Sunday.
pick.
No, if we're
I would rather not the choice.
That's not my
I
point.
know. I'm saying
My
if we're
point
going
is-
to talk 3-0s, because I don't think we'll lose 3-0 tonight. But say we're talking 3-0s. Would you rather lose 3-0 tonight or win 3-0 on Sunday? I'm pretty sure it'll be the latter. You want to win 3-0 on
Right,
Sunday.
anyone would rather win on
wanna
Sunday.
smash it now.
So there you
100%.
go. So that's my rationale for.
Do you think Arteta will be thinking that way?
No.
No, of course he
Most
won't.
likely
And
he's
I
gonna
would.
play-
But
He
what I'm
wants to win every
saying
game.
is,
He
I
wants to
think
win every
that we do face a resurgent Man United, and it's not just the fact that we're playing Man United. Our last 2 games have been, let's be honest,
Pants.
pretty much, yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
let me mention
We've
those,
not
though.
won our last 2 games. We've not scored in our last 2
They've
games,
been
and we
pants.
looked at times. We looked
Barely
jaded
looked
and a
like
little
scoring
bit-
those 2
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
But not even those 2 games, right? Just bear with me a second, right?
Even Chelsea.
Since Wolves on the 13th
No, I
of
thought the
December.
Chelsea we played well.
What,
Laurie,
was Villa
just-
after Wolves though?
So Villa's in there. Wolves on the 13th of December, we weren't great in that game at all.
Rubbish.
Poor, probably didn't deserve to maybe win the game, but we did. Right, we got lucky right at the end, they scored an own goal. Everton away, weren't particularly great, probably created enough to win it, won it on a penalty.
I was pleased with that performance, though.
It was a good away performance, but it wasn't...
We created chances.
Where we're all gassed earlier in the season, we're seeing brilliant performances. You think of
Yeah.
Atletico and Bayern and Tottenham. It wasn't quite that, but we ground it out. Crystal Palace at home created a lot of chances in that game. Should have been clear. It ended up 1-1. If that was a Premier League game, we draw it. But we obviously win on penalties. Brighton at home. Yeah, 2-0 up, should have been cruising. We let them back into the game 2-1. David Raya then makes a brilliant save. Actually, won save of the month in December. If he doesn't save that, it's 2-2. Maybe we draw that game. Villa, okay, that was a brilliant performance. Ironically, the only game we didn't have Declan Rice for. So that was great. Bournemouth away. Gabriel mistake in the first few minutes. Wasn't a great performance, but found a way to win it. Scored 3 goals. Liverpool 0-0. Wasn't great. Portsmouth 4-1 is Portsmouth. Chelsea 3-2 should have been out of sight.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a theme of missed chances, but in terms of us being great, being really good, which I don't expect to happen all the time.
Because sometimes that doesn't matter.
No, I completely agree. That's the saying, right? That's what champions do.
But I've got another theory as to that.
And then Nottingham Forest 0-0.
I've got another theory.
Which we weren't great again.
I was going to say we played.
If you analyse Arsenal, and I've been thinking about this quite a lot over the previous weeks. If we're being honest, right, we're fans first and foremost, but we also like to watch our football and study our team. I would say that Arsenal are not the type, we're not exhilarating. We don't play that way. We play a very controlled, methodical type of football. We are efficient, risk-averse, efficient team.
Massively.
We don't go out there and smash teams like you've seen City and Liverpool do over the years, or even Arsenal way back in the day. What we do is beat teams. We're efficient at beating teams 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but what I'm seeing in the recent games in the Premier League is that some of the players have looked a little jaded, looked a little bit... And listen, man, I get it. They're playing week in, week out. We're in 4 competitions. Every time an Arsenal player pulls on that shirt, there's pressure, even if we're playing against the likes of Portsmouth, because all the fans and all the media, they're on it. You know what I mean? You've got to live up to a high standard. So I think performance levels in the Premier League have dipped a little bit in recent weeks. And we're facing a resurgent Man United, and there is something on this game, because even though we're 7 points ahead, the recent form, the trajectory has been a little bit on the down. We need a boost.
That's what I'm saying, Laurie. Is this not
So that's why we don't, this game is not a priority.
No, but it can, because a big scalp, we've never beaten Inter. No, we have. We battered them when Henry.
Yeah.
But as in, we played here last season and we lost with a whimper 1-0, even though we didn't deserve to lose. It would be nice to come here and win. Big European away win.
The team should be out any second. Kenny sent me a link and it said there's going to be 7 changes.
Wow,
oh, here we go.
He's listening to me at last.
Here we go. Oh, you know what? Right, Raya in goal. Timber at right back. Saliba. Mosquera, so no Gabriel. Miles Lewis-Skelly. That's the back five.
Yeah.
Zubimendi.
Didn't want to say.
Marino.
Why is Zubimendi playing?
Eze.
Oh, thank
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Saka.
No, I didn't want that. What about
Trossard.
And Havertz.
And Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah, I expected. The reason why I knew Jesus was going to play because he was involved in a press conference earlier today. Well, as soon as I saw
he
it, I
was.
thought, yeah, he's playing.
Interesting.
I'm
Speaks
so
really
happy
well.
Eze's
He does.
playing.
Really well,
my
Jesus.
God.
He spoke really well in Zara as well.
That team's going to cook.
If anyone didn't know,
Just in case
Jesus and Zara once.
you may not have heard me mention this before, but I did meet Gabriel Jesus.
That team's
and
going to
Zara.
cook. That front
It's
four.
That's a good team, you know.
It's a strong team.
It's an attacking team.
Is Havertz on the? What about the subs? Is Havertz
Yeah,
on the bench?
I'm just getting loading it up now. So, Kepa, Setford, Ben White, Gabriel, Norgard, Rice, Ethan Wanieri is on the
Yeah.
bench.
Yeah,
We'll
they
talk
said
about him in a
he-
sec. Martin Odegaard, Martinelli, Madueke, Jokeres, and
It's good.
Kai Havertz.
It's good.
Good team.
Do you I'm not so sure why
strong
Ethan's
team.
travelled, because if he gets any minutes tonight, if he was to get injured, that loan move is off.
I doubt he'll play.
So why did he travel?
I agree with you.
I don't know.
I'm not sure why.
I feel like it kind of all got sorted though today by the sounds of it all. So it seems like it was a bit.
Yeah,
like
apparently it's been
last
sorted
Rapid
today to be
progression.
announced after the game.
Which
So
means
why?
that-
And the same's happening with Quentin Timber as well to Marseille. Apparently they're both doing the same thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how these things work. Maybe we'll get some minutes.
But in answer to what you were saying, there are a number of changes. I would have gone further. I wouldn't have played Raya and I wouldn't have played Zubimendi.
I wouldn't have played.
Because he's another one. He is one that is, if you look at his levels of performance, I know he was good against Chelsea, but in the last 2 Premier League games,
Tired.
he's looked
Played a lot of
jaded.
football.
He has. These guys
Yeah,
need to
Nottingham
be.
Forest, a lot of misplaced passes in that game from. Yeah, he's definitely not been up to his levels. I completely agree
To
with
be
you.
fair, Saka was arrested against Forest, so I suppose
Yeah.
maybe that's.
Saka needs confidence as well,
Saka
man.
and Trossard.
He does.
Saka hasn't been at the level. This is a
He needs a
massive
goal.
game to.
I'm
put
not
your
mad-
name back
I'm
up.
not
Do you know
mad
what I
at
mean?
him
Go
and
score a
Trossard
winner
stuff.
against
Yeah, he
Inter,
needs
and
a
it can change a season like that, or just change a narrative around you and the way you're feeling
Knowing
as a player and
Saka
the
as I do,
confidence.
he probably sort of agitated. Yeah,
he
boss, I
wants
want
to
to play. I
show
want
up.
to play because he
100%.
wants. His numbers are a little bit down this season.
I thought he was the only player against Nottingham Forest who actually looked like he was going to make an impact.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Let me get these super chats in. Deja Vu 6196 says Wirtz has finally started to come into form. Do you think Jokeres will soon? Do you all think soon Jokeres will too?
Wait,
I
what?
would hope so.
Is that a sentence?
Do you
Do
think?
you all think
know-
soon
I-
Jokeres will?
I know the
Yeah.
sentiment.
Yeah.
He's saying that Wirtz has got off to a poor start.
Well,
now,
yeah,
he's
now he's doing well.
flourishing.
Well, we've got to hope.
I hope so, yeah.
I think the problem with well, there are so many issues there. I mean, we could do a whole show
Where
on
to
that.
start?
He's
We
not a good
could
footballer.
literally do a whole show.
Yeah, I
on
could
the
talk about
Jokeres.
even that chance that he had against Nottingham Forest. I could do an hour on that.
Yeah.
See, where it was. Look,
I
we
mean,
all know
yeah.
he hasn't been good enough. There's so much narrative around. Oh, but it's the wingers. Oh, but it's the supply. He's had a lot of chances.
People blaming Saka.
where he hasn't.
Saka,
He
sorry.
hasn't done the
Do
business.
you? I'm going to say something now, and when I first said it, I got a little bit of stick for it, as you always do with some Arsenal fans. They were, oh, but then I've repeated it on some other forums, and some people are coming around to my way of thinking. Indeed, even my brother is kind of saying, Laurie, you might have a point. Do you think, given that we're in January, hear me out.
Go on.
Given that we're in January, would it be remiss of the club to take a look at some striking or forward player options to just give the team a little bit of a boost? Because I feel at the moment
Signing
we're
another
looking a
forward.
little bit.
I saw you say this the other day. Was it on DR? You said
Yeah.
it, and everyone was like, "Why are you talking?" Why?
And I'm
I
like, why
understand
not?
what you mean.
We're in January.
You got a good
You know what I mean?
squad. We're obviously misfiring a little bit. Not even a little bit. The amount of chances we create
Yeah.
compared to the amount of goals we score, like we should be scoring way more goals. All you got to do is look at.
And when people
Look
say,
at the last
oh,
game against Nottingham
yeah,
Forest
but
for
we spent-
chances and we're not scoring
You
goals.
know what?
Do you know in life, you know what they say, right? You always improve from a position of strength. That's the way you do it. So when
I
people
agree.
say to me, yeah, but you've already bought, that's what the really top teams do. They
That's what City are
improve
doing.
when you're on top. You don't wait until you fall below to the really
That's
good
what City
teams.
is.
Any sporting team, that's what they do. When they're on the top, that's when they, you know what I mean?
You can even look at maybe City in their form this season hasn't been great, but if you look at Doku, been one of their shining lights this season.
Yeah.
But they see another winger available on the market.
Exactly.
They don't care about Doku. They're going to get this guy who they think can be better.
So do you
he
think
can play
if-
on the other side and Doku plays on the left?
I'm sure
Or just
Andrea
to stop other
Berta's
teams from
roller
buying.
his digital Rolodex has got loads of names and numbers. Do you think they're out there thinking, you know what, we could do with a little boost up top? If there's a player, maybe on loan,
No chance.
maybe Ivan Toney, maybe I don't know.
Not
They're not,
Ivan
man.
Toney, I
They're
don't
ba-
No, but do you think that would be a bad idea though? If there's
It would be
somebody
a good
out there-
idea, but
But
I
you
know
can't
I know
keep
my
all
club. They're not
strikers
going to
happy.
because he's going
Do you
to
think
tell
they
you
should,
Havertz.
though? Do you think they should?
No, I think Havertz is going to come back. I think
Yeah,
that's.
but he's not a goal scorer either.
Yeah, but it's the proverbial. It's going to be like a new signing because we've just not had that option available all season. So whether
And
we
where is he, by the way?
don't know.
We kept it, no, but seriously, 3-4 weeks away, we kept
But he was
hearing.
out for a long time.
Load
though.
management.
I don't think they want to rush him
Load
back in.
No, but he's not. We've not. We've seen him once in. Was it
Load.
against?
But
Was
Becky
it,
just come
He got
back.
injured last
was
August.
it against
didn't he?
Portsmouth? He played for about 10 minutes.
Oh, nearly went 3-0 up, Bodo there.
Load
Did he
management.
come on? Yeah, it was against Portsmouth.
Yeah.
And everyone
Not
was
seen
bigging
him
up that performance for 15, maybe 20 minutes.
No, but do you see
I
where I'm
think they
coming
don't
from
wanna risk
on the transfer? We're in January. Everybody else is looking at it.
I've said the same thing. I'd love Arsenal just to go in one, just to make one signing.
Yeah.
Just a statement of intent. Yeah, we're top. Yeah, we're doing great. But we're
Somebody
going to
that
add
can
on top
improve
of
the
what we've already
team.
got to
I
just
wanted Semenyo.
nail it down.
I would have
Semenyo was the
taken
tapping for me.
Semenyo, but
100%.
I know my club. They're not going to buy him.
And he would have come,
I
let's
don't
be
think we
honest,
are
like City
either.
fans weren't like that. But if the two teams were on the table, I genuinely believe he's choosing Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because I think that's his preference.
We had our chance in the summer and we blew it. We blew it all on Noni.
He signed the new contract in the summer, though. He had the release clause in Jan.
No, but you say that, but they were interested in Semenyo in January. So where was that money going to come from then?
Who knows?
I don't buy it, man. I think Arsenal, we had our chance in the summer. No one told us to spend 50. I like Noni as a person. I think he's bright, but no one told us to spend 52 million on him when we could have got Semenyo if we slapped 6 million on top of that. When we could have.
Yeah,
So that
I
ship has sailed.
personally, maybe it's going to sound mad. If you said you can go back to the summer, don't sign Noni, don't sign Hincapié. Instead, you get just Semenyo. I'd take that.
Yeah.
But Nkappi's been quite important for
Hincapié
us.
is, yeah.
No, I'll keep
I think all the
Nkapie.
games
No. I'm just saying, if I could swap those two for a Semenyo, a player like him, how clinical he is in the final
I'll just swap Noni directly for Semenyo because I think we could have done everything we did in the summer and still bought Semenyo if we didn't buy Noni. I believe that.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Bro,
So
he's playing,
no one buying my idea then, I'll tell
playing
you.
for Bournemouth.
I think
Come on.
everyone agrees.
I mean, it would be
you
nice in
don't.
an ideal
What,
world.
buying someone.
No, I
If
think
somebody
Tossi's saying he don't
to do
doesn't
their due
think the club would
diligence
do
in
it.
January and see if they can
I would
bring
like
us-
one, but I just know I'm not going to do this.
No, I'm not saying they would. I'm
What
just
are you
saying, do you
thinking,
think that idea is okay?
Who are you thinking of?
Brahim Diaz.
Well, when I discuss, no, hell no.
What? Why not?
What that clown?
You know well why
He's a good
not.
player.
He is a good player, but come on,
Nah,
man.
no thanks.
His reputation's stained after that, isn't it?
What? Because he did a Panenka. Come on.
Yeah, because he bottled it.
It happens.
No.
But
no.
so somebody said to me, Ivan Toney, but he won't come, would he?
I don't think I want
Why are
it.
you asking me like I know? Let me give Ivan
It's
a
ironic.
call.
No, I said that because I remember when we was linked with him before,
Ivan
you was
Toney.
absolutely no way.
Jean-Philippe Mateta, anyone?
Well, was he,
Oh,
wasn't
Nah, I like him.
Or was
Toney.
it Tossing?
I take Mateta. Now, I
I
wouldn't.
don't think Ivan Toney's the level to start.
I'll tell
every
you
week
what,
for Arsenal,
Ivan
but as
Toney's a
squad
better
player.
striker than Mateta will ever be
He is. Ivan Toney's got
in terms
tech.
of a goal scorer.
I think I think there might be
Wait, they're
attitude
in.
issues.
He's off.
Oh no!
Is it off?
He missed
yeah,
it.
it's
Offside.
off.
It went in. What do you mean missed it? It's in. It's offside.
No, because I didn't see him celebrate.
Let me get the super chats in. Idris07 says we're about to set a record for a third straight 0-0.
Oh, don't say that.
Maybe.
I'll take
I mean, it's not the
0-0.
worst
I'm not going to say my
result,
prediction.
but-
0-0 would be
take
0-0, no
0-0.
injuries.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
Rest some players.
I'd rather 0-0
Nothing wrong
tonight
with that.
than Sunday.
I don't
Yeah.
mind that.
Tevin Mayfield 5352 says I say we go strong. Tuesday to Sunday is good rest. Winning is a habit.
That's true.
have gone strong.
Tuesday to Sunday is a
Team
lot
is
of
out.
rest.
I'll read
Nick
through it in a
ain't that
sec.
far, man. Little flight.
But I think Saturday to Tuesday though. Do you know what I mean? Where we've just played a couple of days ago, now playing again. The rest from now till then obviously is longer, but it's 3 games in 8 days. Kakis 01 says a win against Kairat guarantees top 2. A draw should be enough with our goal difference. This game don't matter. Rotate the whole team.
What?
Nah, man. You can't play Inter Milan away and be like...
Can't. You just can't.
Come on, it's Inter away. San
Can't
Siro.
create that
Come on.
narrative and that kind of vibe, the morale, the confidence. It's just you just can't. I don't think you can do that in top level football.
I'm pretty happy with the team he selected, though, to be honest.
Tevin Mayfield 5352 says also if we've been bad last 2 games, if we've been bad last 2 games. How do we rest, not play, and expect us just to turn up on Sunday, rotate but go strong, and build momentum with a big away win? 100%.
That's a
That's
good
what we
point.
said.
Completely
That's a
agree
good
with that.
point. Get
Jazzy Jeff says,
confidence booster.
evening is Marty with Gahey's agents. Hashtag sources. Is he with Gahey's agents?
He's oh, Gay's agent.
Was he saying that Gay's coming after?
I think so, yeah.
No.
Although, to be fair, right, I'm going to big up somebody that I can't give his name for obvious reasons, but there was somebody, and this is no lie. He approached me a couple of weeks ago when we were doing some filming, and he said that Ethan Wanyeri will go out on loan in January. And I said, no, you're joking. He goes, trust me. He goes, he wants to go out on loan. The club are a little bit not too having it, but I think he'll go out. And he was right.
I think that's quite predictable. I
never saw that coming.
I thought he would go out on
Did
loan.
you?
And that's what I wanted to happen.
It didn't look like it. It's not looked like
I didn't
it
think it would happen
for a
There's
long
been like
time.
multiple club links. There was
Yeah,
Palace,
but nothing's
Leicester,
ever happened.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, but what we
And
were
he
being,
realised he's
well,
not
I
getting
was
game
being
time.
told that the club or Arteta in particular didn't want him to go out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I heard as well.
I feel
Well,
like Arteta's realised he's got like 3 players ahead of him in this position now.
Yeah, he's definitely not getting enough minutes. Let's talk about it properly for a sec then, Laurie.
Who?
Let's talk about Ethan properly for a second. What's your feelings on
I'm
it?
mixed because I've got to say, first and foremost, when I heard he was going, I was disappointed. Because you know, you've been on many watch-alongs with me. I'm a big admirer of his. Big. I called him, last season, I called him the most exciting talent in British football. And I was hoping that this season, I think he got something like 9 goals last season, didn't he? I thought he was going to kick on even more and be that guy. Okay, we brought in Eze and Noni and his chances have been limited. But even so, I'm still disappointed he didn't get more minutes. I mean, it's not like Noni and Eze have been firing every game. It's not like in front of goal this season we've been pulling up trees in all our matches. Why hasn't he been given more minutes? I just don't understand it. That being said, though, as sad as I am to see him go, if you look at, say, for example, what happened with Saliba, he went out on loan to Marseille, by the way.
Yeah.
And he came back a much better player. So I'm hoping the same thing will be for...
De Zerbi's their coach as well. Which is
Apparently him and
definitely
Arteta
well.
get on well. Marseille play a good style of football. Marseille are doing well. There's English guys there already. You've got Mason Greenwood there. There's a couple of other young guys that are there.
Aubameyang's there.
Aubameyang's there.
Is Sanchez still there?
No, he's at
Lazio?
Sevilla.
Oh, Udinese. Is it? Oh, Sevilla. Yeah.
Somewhere. He's been everywhere in the last few years, hasn't he?
So I do think it would be a good move for him. France is not far, obviously. He can still come home to his family and
Benson,
everything.
he can still come home. That's funny.
I think
Looking out for his welfare.
there's definitely mixed feelings.
He's
but
from Enfield, by the way. So that's
done.
my guy.
Okay, fair enough.
He's local to me.
Big up, Enfield local.
Look, good luck to Ethan Wanyeri if he does go, which it's looking like he will. I think he's a brilliant player. I don't think there's an Arsenal fan that doesn't want him in the squad or think he's good enough to make it or be a part of this squad.
On his day, sorry to interrupt, you guys will agree with me, he's the most exciting player in the Arsenal squad in terms of taking on players, shooting.
Potentially. He's up
Who's
there.
more exciting? I'm not saying he's the best player, but who's more exciting?
On their day, I mean, Saka and Odegaard are pretty up there.
Saka.
Not Odegaard.
No, not
He's
Odegaard.
masterful, not exciting.
You could say he's a better player. And I'll give you
Odegaard
that.
doesn't get me off my feet.
Yeah,
When
where-
Harry can get me off
On
my
his
feet.
day?
Yeah.
But he does some mad things, Odegaard, on a football pitch.
No,
I think you mean
he's
in the
very good.
final
I'm
third,
talking
right?
about, you know when, like, you use the term there, get you off your seat, go on that 30, 40-yard run, beat three players, shoot. You know what I mean? Give that energy.
I do know what you
He
mean.
is that. We don't have many players in the team
Quicken
like
the tempo of the football.
Yeah.
I think he
Even Max
offers...
Dowman's that player.
Max Dowman's
They can
like
kinda
that,
get you off
but
your
we've not
seat.
seen enough of it. But Ethan, to me, when he got them 9 goals last year, honestly, that was proper.
I know.
And we haven't really built on that for whatever
I'll say
reason.
something now as well. I don't know if people like it or not. If you said to me at the start of the season, who would you rather be Saka's backup on the right, Madueke or Nwaneri?
Nwaneri.
I'm going Ethan.
I would have gone that.
100%.
I would have gone that.
In most games, I would rather bring Nwaneri on the right than 3-0.
Oh my God.
Wow.
This is us.
3-0 to Bodo against City.
Again,
But
smoked.
look, I like Madueke, but he just lacks end product.
Yeah.
Goals and assists. Ethan has that.
Ethan has-
Think of the
Ethan
5-1
has-
against City where he just bends it in from outside the box. Even in the Champions League, I think it was Girona, his Champions League debut, scores a goal.
But he's
This is
banged
this,
on the
this
right
is
there
no,
for us.
and it's
Last season when Saka was injured, he played a lot on the right.
he did a lot. It's no disrespect to Noni. I think Noni's a decent player, and I like him as a person. I like
I
his
do as well.
mentality. I like the way he comes across. But I'm asking myself, we spent 52 million on this guy.
And you've got Ethan there.
You got Ethan there.
A lot of fans would prefer to start ahead of him.
I would have preferred to just keep Ethan there and give him more minutes.
It's weird. It is weird. And I use the word weird because Arteta, Arteta loved Ethan. And I say loved. I think something happened with the relationship.
It's possible.
I don't know if you've heard
What a
similar things.
goal.
I've heard some stuff about maybe his attitude at times.
I've been told that his attitude is exemplary.
That's not what I heard last season.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you're
I don't
talking
want
to
to stir
different
things,
people.
but that's what I was hearing. So towards the end of last season, everyone was complaining about his minutes, right? He's not playing enough. Games where he definitely should have come on, definitely should have had minutes. And it was just like, why is he not playing?
I think it's the off the ball.
So confusing.
It's off the ball stuff, man.
I heard some stuff about his attitude.
Really?
He was demanding to play more and this and that, and Arteta
No, but
didn't like it.
that's different, though, isn't it?
But but I heard there was a reason he wasn't playing.
Okay.
Away from just his quality on the pitch. His quality on the pitch, he should be. Of course, he should be getting minutes. Maybe this season less because of how good we've been and our results and where we are in the league. But last season when he wasn't getting minutes, it made no sense to me. It had to be something off the field that was stopping him from
I do
playing.
get the distinct impression with Arteta though. He looks like the kind of player, especially if you're a young guy. If you cross him, say you were to start questioning him, especially in the open forum of a meeting or something like that, and throw
Do you
your
think
hands up.
Waneri does that?
I don't think he's like that.
I don't think Ethan does that.
I know people that know him and the family. Apparently, and listen, obviously we're not there every day, but I know
we
people
only
that
see
know
one
him
side.
and the family, know him from when he was at school. Apparently, he's an A student. He's a person of real integrity.
goal.
That just he's a model professional. That's what I heard.
If that's true, then it makes.
That's what I heard.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying what I heard at the end of last season.
I think it's just the off the ball
if that's
stuff,
true,
man.
then it makes no sense. Maybe it is the off the ball stuff.
Yeah, sometimes he can be a tad lazy, but just because of what that position demands. And, when Odegaard kind of plays there is such a high work rate, so much
Arteta
pressing.
doesn't want an artist in his team. He wants someone who's going to offer. He would rather, with an advanced attacking player in the midfield, he would rather they have 30% of their game to be silky and 70% to be press, attack, and win the ball back. And Waneri's just not that type. He's Ozil. He's an artist. He's going to want to do stuff.
You need a player like that in your team, man.
Am I the only
Exactly.
person
I
that's
want to
in
play like
favour
that.
of this move?
That's why Eze's not getting minutes as well.
I'm massively in favour.
I'm in favour of the move.
This is exactly what I
I'm in
wanted
favour of
for
it,
him.
but I
Good
would have
team as
loved him
well.
to stay and play.
But
I just think
he's
he's
18,
good
because we
enough.
know that's
He's
not going
18,
to
man.
happen. I think this is really, really important for him. At a big club who's in the Champions League, obviously it kind of only works if he's given minutes at Marseille, because otherwise it's just pointless if he's not going to get minutes there. Yeah. But, he has to be getting regular game time to develop as a player.
Yeah.
Because if he's not getting that at Arsenal, which he hasn't for the season, then there's no point in him being there.
What's the point in him being there?
He's got to play.
True.
Players won't develop without playing.
Well, look,
No, you are absolutely right. The one thing I would say is, though, that like Christian said, Anton said, I can't understand why, given that some of our performances, when we've seen at times bereft of ideas and bit of spark, bit of energy, he is that one guy that you look at on the bench, you think, he can give you that. Why are you not using him?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Rodri sent off.
Sent off?
Yeah.
I didn't even see what happened.
What?
Rodri sent off.
What
It's a yellow
What
card.
patch
It's
is
a
that?
tactical foul.
Is it a
second yellow.
yellow?
Yeah,
it's a foul.
that's soft.
Bloody.
No, but he's on the counter
No,
Sure.
yeah, it's definitely a
It's
second
on the
yellow.
counter attack. It's a second yellow.
At this stage in the game.
He knows what he's doing.
Rodri does that all the time and always gets away with it.
Oh my God. Bye-bye.
That's a bit soft.
See, you see this?
That's soft.
If, say, this didn't matter for City, but they go and lose 3-1, Rodri gets sent off, the whole vibe around the club. Going into that, I know they're playing Wolves. If they had United, for example, in their next game, and you go with this result, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a good look and a vibe around the club. That's why I didn't want us to go overly weak tonight. I understood people want to change and we maybe qualified already.
I agree.
Just for the morale and the momentum of the team.
Momentum
They've only
is
lost
massive.
2 games all season.
Yeah, momentum is massive. But on that Waneri thing, he's 18. Even, let's say, worst case scenario, and I wouldn't want it, we actually ended up selling him for like 30 to 40 million. He's 18.
Which won't happen, by the way.
It won't happen.
Oh, I would hate it if
But
we sold him, man.
but he's 18. Let's look at the team.
Part of the clause for this loan move is that there's no sell.
Yeah, I saw there's no obligations, but let's look at he's 18. And true, he's a quality player. Players in positions he could have played in haven't really set the world alight. But the fact of the matter is, we spent 52 million on Noni Madueke, who was starting for Chelsea. We spent 67.5 million on Eze, who was starting for games for Crystal Palace, and these guys are getting paid decent money. So, and these guys are coming to play as backup to the likes of Saka, Ødegaard. Let's be serious. Ethan was never really going to get that much. I'm surprised it's taken this long.
You talk about all that stuff, which is true, it's accurate. However, you're forgetting that we gave Wanyeri an extended contract.
We did.
Last year.
We did.
So that means that the plan was to keep him then, sure?
No. As in, I'm saying I'm surprised that a loan move didn't actually happen in the summer.
Right.
I think that probably would have been better. But he's 18. He's got time.
No, he has time.
He's got time.
Good luck to him.
There's such a climb up. Wanyeri, okay, great. He should get more minutes, but he's not. But he's 18. Same thing with Lewis Skelly. They're like 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
This is a team. Look at the team we're playing. This is not Arsenal of 21, 22. This is a team now that's primed to win right now. We need, every game is gilt edge. We need results. So, it's...
Good luck to him. I hope he goes and does well and comes back and is a part of the squad. The only thing as well, it'll be sad that if we do win the league, he's not there to lift the trophy. Do you know what I mean? I would love him to be a part of that.
You will get a medal.
How many games do you have to play to get a medal?
5.
If you go out on loan, you still get a medal?
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
I checked into that today.
Well, maybe we... 4-1 to Bodo Glimt.
Oh, he's offside.
Is he off?
Yeah.
That didn't look off.
City are getting battered. This is crazy.
They're getting
They might drop points against Wolves.
They're getting smoked.
That's what I'm saying.
Wolves are unbeaten in 4, I
No
think, in
game
the
is
league.
given
I mean,
right now.
2026. Wolves have more points than City do in 2026.
Wolves on a
Is
run.
that true?
Yeah,
Jeez.
check it.
Joke.
It's
City
crazy.
haven't won a game in 2026.
Wow, yeah, they've drawn 4.
Wait,
They've
Man
drawn
City-
4, lost 1, and now they're losing again.
they've not won a game in 2026.
but he is offside.
You know the thing that makes me laugh about that? I did
Wolves
a show
have
on...
more points than City.
But that's the thing. A lot of the, I think that
Well,
the
they're
top 3, top 4. If you compare the bottom teams and the top 4 or 5, the bottom teams have acquired more points than the first few games of 2026.
Yeah, none of the bottom 4
Liverpool
lost on
drawn
the
a lot of
weekend, did
games.
They drew Burnley.
But even prior to, they've drawn. How many games have Liverpool drawn? Arsenal drawn and lost.
Well, we've drawn our last 2. We've not scored in our last 2.
Yeah, I need a goal today.
Premier League games.
Premier League
Score 3
games.
against Chelsea. Right, let me get these super chats in. We got a bit sidetracked with the Ethan thing, but I think it's a good debate to have. Jesse Jeff
Marmoush
says,
is back.
Laurie just wants Eddie back, be honest.
He's
You
injured.
take Eddie back?
He's injured.
You take
Nah,
him?
of course.
6 months loan.
Chance.
The Eddie ship has sailed.
Would you swap Eddie for Gyökeres?
No. I'm hoping that Joker is going to come good.
Oh,
People
that's
forget, that he's our joint top scorer this season. For
Which says
all
a lot.
the noise.
Yeah, but no
Martinelli
goals
is-
and no
Martinelli's
complaints
top.
in September, bro.
Okay, but what I'm saying is he's got 5 goals
In the Premier League, I think. Yes.
Okay, in the
And
Premier
so
League.
is Trossard.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Everyone's
the
been-
league, no open play goals since September. The league is crazy.
Yeah,
that
it's
is
mad.
crazy work.
But then you can look around the league. I think every number 9
Yeah.
kind of struggling. Maybe apart from
Really?
even
Thiago.
Haaland. Even Haaland, the
Haaland's
past
blanked a
5-6
couple
games,
times.
he's barely scored.
Yeah, but Haaland is Haaland.
Haaland
He'll
is
be
Haaland,
back.
yeah.
That's the team.
No, he is,
But
that's
come on,
true.
like Igor Thiago.
Igor Thiago's been ripping it up.
cooking.
Ekitike has definitely been good.
Yeah, man.
Scott Linehan says, is Enfield in Luton?
No,
He's just been sarcastic.
he's just been.
Learn your geography, man.
Jazzy Jeff.
And there's nothing wrong with coming from Luton. What's up with these people?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, these people got a weird thing about Luton. Go there sometime. You might like it.
I've been to Luton. Decent. Went there for a barbecue
Good for an airport.
last year.
Jazzy Jeff says... Sorry, Ryan. Jazzy Jeff says, book Ella at an optician's. Odegaard does mad things.
He does. We've forgotten who, the type of player that he is. I know he's been a bit iffy and, he's been injured
He's silky.
quite a bit this season, but have we forgotten?
I think a lot of people
He's
have
silky.
forgotten.
He's
He's
got the
seriously
nice
silky.
meg and maybe drop a shoulder, but come on.
There are some serious moments of skill from Odegaard. And
Yeah, there are.
He's got a part of a lot of goals that we've scored in the Premier League and other competitions. So I don't really understand how that's even up for debate, really.
There are. He
Just hasn't been consistent
He just blows
enough.
hot and cold.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
the problem.
last season.
recency bias is very easy.
There's a couple of
because-
weeks ago where Odegaard scored a goal from outside the box and he had a really good game. And everybody was
Right.
saying, yeah,
He had
that's
3 or
it,
4
he's
really
coming
good
back.
games in a row.
And then he dropped a couple of stinkers,
but
like the one against
It's
Forest.
that he was just so bad.
The thing
But
I don't
then,
like
to be fair
about-
to him with the Forest game, apart from Saka, I'm struggling to find a name of a single Arsenal player that had a good game against Forest.
Nah, no one really.
And there wasn't.
Maybe some of the defenders. We didn't really do much
maybe.
wrong defensively.
Yeah, but then they didn't even have much to do because Forest were totally unthreatening.
Zero
up top.
shots.
Zero shots from goal.
Yeah, Sangare, Anderson, and what's his name, Dominguez. They put in work.
Corruption 108.9 says this City side is truly atrocious. If we don't win the title this year, then we truly are bottle jobs.
Come on, stop
Yeah,
this
facts.
if we don't win the
Arsenal.
title. We're winning the title.
As Arsenal.
Stop it.
This City team ain't stopping us, man.
They
I think
can't.
Villa might have more chance than this City team.
I don't think Villa will be up there either, to be honest.
They're not.
With all
mad.
due respect, because they've been quality this season, Villa. They've exceeded all expectation, I think.
But then they go and lose to Everton at home.
Yeah.
If we don't win the league, I will accept bottle job FC.
We need to stop.
well,
we need
well.
to stop saying that.
No,
if
no,
we-
no, but that's
we're
what I'm
going
saying.
to.
I think we will.
Yeah,
so
because
if we don't,
because it's so like there's no way that we
I'll hold
actually
it.
can't, with Liverpool being rubbish this season, City looking rubbish, Villa being good but still I don't think quite good enough to really compete for the title in the when it really comes down to it in the next couple of months. I think they'll drop off. So there's no one else.
yeah.
We're literally competing against ourselves, which is the whole entire
That's what
narrative.
everyone's saying.
Yeah.
The super chat. Only team that can stop us is us.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to wrap it there. We're back in about 20 minutes for the watch along. We'll discuss everything. I want to talk about Eze when we come back as well because he's starting. Big chance for him
Big game
to
for
shine
him.
and prove himself. So, guys, we'll see you in 20 minutes. And yeah, back soon.